what's up, Alan? I'm here with the guys in Plushgun. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Okay, so right off the bat, you guys were in town for Canadian Music Week.
Yep.
Have you guys played Canada before?
First time.
Oh, this is the first time?
Yeah.
So how'd you guys like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you guys think of, you guys played Montreal? Yeah? What did you guys think of Montreal? Have you guys been there before?
He was there before.
I've been there before. I never played there. It was great. It was a wild city.
Yeah, how's the crowd there? I imagine it's pretty crazy.
Different from the Toronto crowd. It's it's a lot more unpredictable.
And French?
In French,
French.
yes. It felt like we were in a different country.
Nice. Well, it really is sort of its own little. It's like a little Europe kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys go out west as well, or
No. The farthest one was Quebec.
plans to go out west at all?
Eventually.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get a little bit of background about the band. You guys are from New York.
Mm-hmm.
How did the band start? 'Cause Dan, I'm under the impression that you sort of started as a solo project.
Yeah, it kind of was like the part of the whole studio in the bedroom DIY music scene that was starting to develop. Sorry, I basically was just writing a couple songs and then just do it all with flips and bleeps on the computer. But I'm like, there's only so much you can do with that on a live stage. So I got a band to help me along with it.
So at what point were you like? Did you want to take it to that next level, to the level of having a band and performing a lot of live shows?
Well, it was kind of completely online organic phenomenon, I think, where I put a song up there and it was just went to the right people who started spreading around and kind of had this snowball effect, and people would start to demand shows. And I knew Taylor from back in our little town north of Boston, so I'm like, hey, I need your help. I need a guitarist. So essentially that was when we realized that the best way to get the music out there was not just by letting people find it online, but to actually bring it on the live stage.
You were almost forced into having a band, basically.
Yeah, it was a good situation to be forced into there.
Yeah. How does that, I guess, for you as starting as a solo artist, then working with people, is that different? Was it a sort of a hard shift, or did it just sort of come naturally for you guys?
I think we've all been in bands before, so there's always been that band dynamic of knowing what comes from where, and like where you should rely on for certain people to do certain things. For this project, it was different because a lot of songs were already written before we even started playing live together. So it was an interesting thing to take tracks that were written on a computer and then have it be like, okay, now what are the live versions of it, and what parts will Taylor come up with, and what parts will Matt come up with to sort of complement it.
So for Matt and Taylor, was it hard for you guys stepping into the project then? Were you guys sort of like, okay, we'll just do whatever you want us to do, or?
For me, it was physically hard because all these beats that Dan was programming were just super fast, and all these drum loops and things that a computer can do. So, for the first few months, it was like there was a lot of practicing just to compete with a computer.
Mm-hmm.
That was the fun challenge there.
Yeah, and I came on really early. I was on about like a year and a half ago, and I don't know. It was still really new. He'd only had about like 2 or 3 songs written, and I was just really excited to be a part of it, and it was fairly easy to step into. But it's definitely an interesting dynamic coming into a project with the material already there and not knowing where to step your feet, and but we've reached a good creative equilibrium. Yeah.
I knew you were going with that one.
Yeah.
And I think also now when I write, I know that I have these guys around to bring tracks to and to have their take, and that's really important to me, I think.
Obviously, you guys are really focused on the new album, Pins and Panzers, but we're talking about writing and sort of the solo versus the artist. What will that do now when you guys go to make some more new stuff? Will it be more of a collaborative effort, do you think?
I think there will definitely be a lot more live sounds on future recordings. I think that with Pins and Panzers was kind of like our entry with all these songs that I had written, and now that I'm writing in a sense where we are a band, the songs are going to be more rock and roll.
Now, a lot of that I was reading in MySpace, and the one word that comes up a lot is infectious. Why do you guys think this album's so infectious?
That's a result of reviews constantly using this word.
Seriously, there's like 15 different reviews use that word.
Yeah, and those are only a handful. It's almost every review, whether it's loving the album or not, uses it's infectious because I think that the tracks really have this, be it for better or worse, staying ability that just stick in your head and just you really, no matter how much you try, the only song that can probably get you out of it is like Hello Goodbye or something like that, like a really, really catchy song.